2016, you are the president of the World Green Building Council. What are the major tasks of the council?
Well, there are a number of very immediate tasks that I have to do. Firstly is to build up the secretariat team. We started with less than 5 people, but today we have 15. So that capacity has to be ramped up very quickly in a short time. Second thing that I felt important to do was to build the capacity for the regional networks. World GBC has 75 country members. We can't reach out to all the members fast enough, and the most effective way of doing it is to do it through the regional network. So we have started now strong fundraising, and we have also successfully hired regional managers. I think those are the two very important breakthroughs for me.
Since 2008, the DGNB is the official German partner of the World Green Building Council, and even at this early stage we were appointed a member of the board of directors. And looking back on the DGNB history, referring to the World GBC, how important is the DGNB for the development of this global movement?
Well, DGNB has always participated strongly ever since its inception with World GBC. And I think you also have a board member in the earlier years of World GBC, Johannes, and today we have Christine on the board of directors. I think the value that DGNB brings to World GBC is always based on its precision, its culture of very strong scientific-based research. I think that brings a very strong input to the cultural shift of green buildings. For a long time, we talk about green building as a concept, but I think DGNB brings the bones and the structures to what we have been discussing about and lend us a lot of expertise in the process.
Referring to the last 10 years, how did the awareness change when it comes to sustainable building? And do you think that the necessity to build sustainable increased?
Well, 10 years is a good kind of milestone. Before the 10-year period, I think we're still struggling to even convince developers to build green. I've seen in the last 10 years a major shift. Most developers today will not hesitate to build a green building, except at what level or how much investment they want to put into the building. So I think we're across the tipping point. We're happy to say that the building industry recognizes it. Now, to cause sustainability understanding to increase, we cannot stop at the building industry. We need to reach out to the end users, the market segment, because that's where I think we still have the biggest challenge today. The fact that most of the countries are only seeing a single-digit percentage of green building in the entire building stock tells us that we have not successfully convinced the customers, the ultimate customers, which are the building users and buyers, occupants, to want to buy a green building. I think that's where our challenge lies.
That's a good one for introducing the tough question. What does it take to motivate more people to act sustainable?
Well, firstly, common people don't really have a strong connection with building because today nobody built their own buildings. In the ancient times, when you built your own house with your bare hands, you understand what building means to you. Today, they don't. So to them, most of the time, it's a piece of real estate. And they're looking at valuation rather than sustainability. So we need to re-educate our public. And that cannot be done by green building councils alone. That has to be done together with public sector, education institutions to first and foremost go back to the youngest level of the society to teach them why sustain our environment. It's important to know why for them, not the how yet, because once they understand the reason and when they grow up, when they become part of society, they will insist on having the right kind of environment and in the process insist on having green buildings to occupy. I think this is going to be a very, very long-drawn process, but it's very essential that we start today.
The last question is, what is your wish for the DGNB?
My wish for DGNB is that continue to build on the 10 years of success, go on for the next 10 years and many more years to completely turn Germany into one of the greenest nations, if it's already not the greenest nation today, of the world, and make it a shining example so that many other countries can come here and learn what a green country, a green society looks like.